We have a follow-up to a video we did earlier today about a former Republican Trump supporter who went viral when he confronted Trump at a recent Univision Town Hall and asked him about the January 6th insurrection, telling Trump that there was an opportunity for Trump to earn back his vote. Well, we actually have an update about how that went, and spoiler alert, he is not voting for Trump. But before we unpack all that, if you end up liking this video and you want to support the channel, please be sure to hit the like, subscribe, and alert bells before you go. All right, friends, I expected this would be the outcome, but it's nice to not only have confirmation, but to have it actually on screen. And I'm going to show you a clip in which Ramiro Gonzalez confirms that Donald Trump did not earn back his vote. But again, to remind you of what happened, I'm going to play the question that Gonzalez asked Trump directly during the Univision Town Hall.
Okay. I am a Republican, no longer registered, though. I want to give you the opportunity to try to win back my vote. Okay. Your, I'd say, action and maybe inaction during your presidency and the last few years sort of, was a little disturbing to me. What happened during January 6th and the fact that, you waited so long to take action while your supporters were attacking the Capitol. Coronavirus, I thought the public was misled during coronavirus, and that many more lives could have been saved if we would have been informed better. And also people in your administration who don't support you. I'm curious how people so close to you and your administration no longer want to support you, so why would I want to support you? If you would answer these questions for me, I would really appreciate it and give you the opportunity. There's, your own vice president doesn't want to support you now.
Thank you, Ramiro.
And then what happened was about a 1-15-second train wreck that caused this man to react with visible disgust, as well as others in the audience reacting. Again, they've gone viral with their mimetic reactions to Trump's stupidity and his lack of accountability, his indifference to all these questions. So I expected that if somebody were able to, actually get a hold of Ramiro Gonzalez and ask him a follow-up, that he would say that Trump didn't earn his vote. Well, we have confirmation. Here is the person who asked those very important questions, confirming what we suspected.
¿Recibió la respuesta que estaba buscando?
No. Yo vi lo que pasó. Yo estaba mirando el televisor y he visto muchos news clips y ¿sabes? De lo que pasó ese día.
Usted llegó indeciso a esta actividad.
So, as Kamala HQ is pointing out, did you receive the answer you were looking for from Trump? Ramiro Gonzalez says no. You came here undecided to this town hall. Have you made a decision? He says, I am not going to vote for Trump, which again makes sense when you consider the train wreck that Trump offered this man as an answer. I mean, again, perfectly fair and valid questions to anyone wanting, or at least considering voting for Trump. I think anybody who's going to vote for this man should demand satisfying answers to this. Like, hey, you were the president of the United States. You were commander in chief. You were head of state. You were head of government. Why did you sit on your orange ass for 3 hours and watch insurrectionists, your people? You can say you didn't intend it. You can say that's not what you wanted, but you sat and watched it unfold for 3 hours and didn't do a damn thing, even though you had all the power in the world. It's not like he was some sort of flunky. It's not like he was some sort of celebrity. He was simultaneously the cult leader behind these rioters and the most powerful man on earth. You could have picked up the phone and said, get the DC National Guard down there right now and kick these people out. And instead, Trump watched it on TV, drank Diet Coke, called up Republican politicians and tried to pressure them into throwing out President Biden's victory. And he even refused begging and pleading from Sean Hannity and Ivanka Trump, his own daughter, begging him to do something. If for no other reason, those 3 hours of dereliction of duty should disqualify Trump, and apparently it did. But again, the answers that he gave were so disastrous. During one part of the answer, he referred to January 6th as a day of love. And Ramiro Gonzalez, again, they had it split screen. So you see Trump and you see Gonzalez the whole time listening. And as soon as Trump says it was a day of love, Gonzalez like reacts like Trump hit him in the face. Like, wait, what? And Vice President Kamala Harris actually referenced this during a speech today.
Last night, you may have seen I went on Fox News. And while I was doing that, Donald Trump was at a Univision Town Hall where a voter asked him about January 6th. Okay, so now we here know January 6th was a tragic day. It was a day of terrible violence. There were attacks on law enforcement. 140 law enforcement officers were injured. Some were killed. And what did Donald Trump say last night about January 6th? He called it a, quote, a day of love. But it points out something that everyone here knows. The American people are exhausted with his gaslighting. Exhausted with his gaslighting. Enough! We are ready to turn the page. Turn the page.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are. I mean, it really is. It's one of those things that January 6th, even now when you ask people about it, they'll tell you, most Americans will say it was a really awful day and they're not happy with Trump. But the significance of it has really receded into the background. That was the first and only time that a sitting president of the United States, again, the person with the highest obligation under our Constitution to take care that the faith be law, or to take care that the law be faithfully executed. Again, with all due respect to other government officers who also have high burdens and responsibilities on them, none have the same obligation that the president does. Again, I refer to the Uncle Ben from Spider-Man ethic, with great power comes great responsibility. That's true. It's something that we Americans pay lip service to at a bare minimum. We say we expect more from teachers and police officers and government agents and celebrities and people in power because they have power. Therefore, they should behave even more responsibly. Well, there's no one more powerful than the president of the United States, so they should behave the most responsibly. And instead, Donald Trump deliberately fomented a riot as part of an insurrectionary scheme to unlawfully seize power for himself, which culminated in that riot on January 6th. And again, if for no other reason, even if Donald Trump was perfect in every other respect, which obviously he wasn't, January 6th alone in a sane world would have been the end of his political career. But it wasn't. As a reminder, I want to play you some footage that was released exclusively at the DNC earlier this year about this so-called day of love that Donald Trump is so happy about.
We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. You don't concede when there's theft involved. And after this, we're going to walk down, and I'll be there with you. We're going to walk down to the Capitol, because you'll never take back our country with weakness. You have to show strength, and you have to be strong.
350, it does look like we're going to have an ad hoc march stepping off here. There's a crowd surge heading east.
Mike Pence, I hope you're going to stand up for the good of our Constitution and for the good of our country. And if you're not, I'm going to be very disappointed in you. I will tell you right now.
We're going to give riot warnings. Yeah, we're out of here. We're going to give riot warnings. We're going to try to get compliance, but this is now effectively a riot.
49 hours declaring it a riot.
5 to 50 be advised. They're trying to breach and get to the Capitol.
Hold the line! Hold the line! Hold the line!
We have a breach of the Capitol. Breach of the Capitol to the upper level.
Mike Pence didn't have the courage to do what should have been done to protect our country
We're trying to hold the upper deck down.
We need an area for the House members. They're all walking over now through the tunnels.
We need to move down.
Copy.
If we lose any more time, we may lose the ability to leave. So if we're going to leave, we need to do it now. We lost the line. We lost the line. All MPD, pull back. All MPD, pull back to the upper deck.
H208 with 4 members. The door's barricaded. There's people flooded the hallways outside. We have no way out.
Officers still remaining on the House floor, so we can secure the members on the other side. Copy.
Officers down! Get them up! Get them up!
And if I win, I will be looking very, very strongly about pardons. And I mean full pardons with an apology to many, an apology. They were peaceful people. These were great people. The crowd was unbelievable. And I mentioned the word love, the love in the air. I've never seen anything like it.
Very sobering stuff, and everything there, especially at the end, should be even more incentive to vote against this man in November. If he becomes president again, he will order the end of the investigations and prosecutions into him and cloak himself in the sweeping immunity afforded to presidents by this rogue Supreme Court. Sobering stuff. In the meantime, let me know what you think in the comments.